You've decided to put your home on the market and you've decided to hire an agent, or you've started the interview process. What questions should you ask? Well, we're going to talk about that in today's video, and we're going to start right now. All right, the first question you should ask, and it's pretty basic, is how long have you been selling real estate? Because experience matters. Now, don't feel pressured to use a friend or a family member just because they got their real estate license. Okay, you're making a business decision, so you want to make a good, sound judgment based on what agent would best represent you. All right, the second question, again, pretty basic. Are you a full-time or are you a part-time agent? Okay, in any market, you want a full-time, high-octane agent with a track record of success. Okay, let me ask you, would you like to fly with a part-time pilot, or would you like to have surgery with a part-time surgeon? Real estate is no different. You want a full-time agent to represent you. All right, the third question is, do you work as a solo agent or do you work as part of a team? Now, there's both pros and cons with working with a team versus a solo agent and vice versa. But sometimes what'll happen is you'll have a newer agent with not as much experience. They'll join a team, and then what they'll do is they'll tout the team numbers. Like, our team sold 175 homes. Well, that's great. Well, how many homes did that individual agent sell? Okay, so sometimes you want to be careful and you want to kind of dive a little bit deeper if you're going to hire a team, an agent from a team. All right, the fourth question, this kind of dovetails with the question about working as a team, is how many homes did you personally sell last year? Now, there's a big difference between selling 2 or 3 homes a year versus selling 20 to 30 homes a year. Well, you might ask, well, wouldn't it be better to hire an agent that sells, 75 homes a year? Okay, you want to be careful about that, because now how much do they have on their plate? And are those 75 homes, is that a team or is that an individual agent? So you want to make sure you ask and get specific in terms of how many homes has that agent specifically sold last year. All right, the fifth question is, what percentage of your business is buyers versus sellers? Maybe they sold, 25 homes last year, but 17 of those were buyer sales versus listings. Listings and buyers are different skill sets. So you want to make sure that if you're hiring someone to sell your home, that they have that specific skill set. And you want to be careful not to fall for this trap too, and that is, just because an agent helped you buy the home, they may not be the best agent to help you sell the home. So you want to make sure that when you're hiring someone to sell your home, that they have those skills necessary in order to get your home sold in the least amount of time for the most amount of money with the least hassle. All right, the sixth question is, how many listings do you have right now? Okay, maybe they have too many listings on their plate. They can't give you the amount of service that you're going to need. So you want to make sure, at the same time, you want somebody who has enough listings that they're not desperate either. So there's kind of a fine line there, but you want to make sure that they have they're doing transactions, but they're not doing so many that you're getting lost in the shuffle. All right, the next question, this is everybody's favorite, is what commission do you charge? Okay, now here's something that sellers have to understand, and not all sellers understand this, but commissions are negotiable. There's no such thing as a standard commission. In fact, it would be against the Sherman Antitrust Act if brokers from different firms got together and came up with one standard commission. Okay, agents sell homes, not companies. It's the individual agent's activities that gets a home sold, not the company. So remember that. You're hiring an individual agent. Now, individual agents come from big firms, small firms, from franchise firms, and independent brokerages as well. So you want to make sure that you don't fall into that trap of, oh, I got to list with such and such company just because they're a big firm. That's not the case. You want to hire the agent based on their skills and their competency. All right, now along with commission, another question you might want to ask is, does your broker charge a flat fee? Now, many brokers have the commission and they charge a flat fee on top of that. That's important to know, so that way you can make your calculation based on what you're actually going to put in your pocket. So that's just something you want to be aware of. All right, the 8th question you want to ask is, how long is the listing agreement? Okay, if you're listing a home, you may not want to get locked into a long listing agreement. And here's the thing that many sellers may not realize, and that is the contract length of a listing agreement, that is negotiable. You can negotiate that with the listing agent. All right, the next question is, can I have a copy of the listing agreement before we meet? That way you can review that contract before you meet with the agent, and that way you can ask any questions that you have over the contract. All right, the next question you want to ask the agent for a list of references and phone numbers of some past clients. That way you can call and ask those individuals, hey, what was the experience like? How was the communication? Okay, now if you feel uncomfortable calling up strangers, another thing you can do is you can look at Zillow and look at some of the reviews from some of their past clients. And that's another way you can get a feel for a particular agent. All right, the next question is, how will you help me prepare my home for sale? Okay, is the agent going to hire a stager? Okay, if they're going to hire a stager, who pays for the stager? Okay, is the home going to be pre-inspected? If it is going to be pre-inspected, who pays for the pre-inspection? Okay, ask the agent, do they take their own photos or do they hire a professional photographer? Okay, another thing you might want to do is you might want to ask for a copy of the marketing plan before you meet with an agent. All right, finally, some of the best listing agents out there, what they'll do is they'll put together a packet of information. And what you can do is call and ask for a pre-listing packet. And in that pre-listing packet, they'll have a copy of their resume, a copy of their track record, a copy of the marketing plan. They'll have the listing agreement, and they'll also include a net sheet to show you exactly what you would put in your pocket after you sold your home. Okay, now if you like this information and if you'd like to know more information about the timeline of selling a home, be sure to check on this video here, and oh yeah, you make it a great day. Hey, don't forget to subscribe to my channel.